So last week we looked at how to break up the press, which is to drive. As you will inevitably find, every team has a weak point, whether that's one player's swimming ability, as one player's blocking ability. It could be offensive rather than defensive, but every team has a weak point. To exploit that in a press, we drive. And what we'll be looking at today is, as you saw in the help defense, there are ways to break up drives from the press defense by the defense maintaining certain zones of control, thereby denying the attack good shooting positions. What we'll be looking at today are referred to as picks or screens. Now, these are very complex in their execution because they require you to block an opponent from swimming without making it a rules violation. So we will go into this in great detail in training. This video will just be this video, so don't worry about it if there's some concepts you don't understand, but just know that this is a very useful skill, and if you can get this down, you will beat any team in Ireland hands down, and you'd have a good chance of beating the senior girls because it is very, very useful.
We can run picks if we're not able to get open on the one-on-one.
Again, picks, screens, you can call them either.
Drive. We get 5 with the ball over here on the wing. You can look to run a 43 pick, 4 on a cross drive, intending to get open. But as they're going...
Sorry. As you might see this with a lot of Americans because they take this from American football. If they say something like 53, 43, 34, 35, they are simply putting the two positions together. So, you know, the arc from left to right is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'll put the player who's taking the action first and the player they're working with second. So if this is a 43 pick, that means number 4 is doing the pick and 3 is going to take advantage of it. So it's very useful for play calling for yourself. If, say, number 3 here sees that they need to drive, but there's someone taking zone control here or whatever, they can yell 43 pick. 4 knows, okay, since it's 43, 4 goes first. 3 is going to be the one taking advantage of it. So all your team knows what you're doing. The opposition has no clue what the hell is going on.
On a cross, 3 can read and see if they would like to take this drive opportunity, going over the hips of the driver from 4. 4 initiates the movement, 3 takes advantage of it, therefore it's a 43 pick. Ball again at 5, 4 comes across, 3 over the legs of the driver from 4 to this ball side advantage position. Same philosophy as the end of our counterattack. Same thing we talked about at the beginning of our front court, driving that player ball side. In this case, we've done it with a pick. We can certainly do it with a 32 pick.
Sorry. So what he's saying here is, look, if your defender is following you on 3, if 4 is swimming in this direction and gets to here, 4's defender is going to be following them. Okay? If 3 is starts swimming towards here, 3 is going to be following them. So what you are doing is 4 is here. Player 3 cannot swim over player 4. If 3 is fast enough, they will get past, this player will be blocked, and X4 will be swimming in this direction, not this one. So they'll be swimming over here, and 3 will be swimming here. So they have to turn their body to try and catch up with 3. And what that means is, if 3 swims into here, and 4 is swimming like this, they'll have to turn. If someone tackles 3 from behind, that's a penalty. If they don't tackle 3, they're on 2 meters, with the goalkeeper will be here, but they have a good shot. It's not bad. It's a good shot. So that is how you break up a press, and as you can see, that's why it's important for X to be watching these two players, because well, these 3 players realistically, because they see it's a mess. X's job, while to defend 5, is also to defend this near post. Same with 1. Job is to defend this player, but also this near post. Okay? So it's more important you defend the near post than you're defending these 2 players. And that's why it's important that you get this right and down to a T.
Other ways we can pull this off, but we are looking to make the assist here from 5. It also may be that this driver at 4, in the course of running this, in this pick, in the confusion, is left open, and we can make a dry pass to a right-hander here. Wonderful to have a left-hander here at the 5 spot.
Sorry, and I'll just say one thing. So, yeah, they could get confused. They might not communicate with each other. You see that a lot with Irish teams. They don't talk to each other. So, X4 might see this person come in and be like, oh crap. X3 might be like, well, they're my player. Why would I help? And they both go here. X4 is suddenly available here. If that's the case, the whole forward has to be reading the situation as well. Because there's no point having 4 here and 6 here, because then this player can just block both of them. What player number 6 wants to do is they want to move either this side or this side, depending on which player they want to give space to. If 3 is driving in here, they want to pull out this side to allow 3 to have more space. If 4 is the player who got free, they want to move this side, because then this is what's opened up. So everyone's doing something. Because once these players are gone down, 5 after the play has been made, it's going to have to rotate to here. Number 2 will have to rotate to 3. Number 1 will have to rotate to 2. And number 4 will keep on swimming and will rotate out to 1. So everyone is doing something. It's not just watch one player. It's not just one player watch one player do something. Everyone is involved.
If we just have one, I think that's one of the better places to put that offensive player. So in the front court offense, we want to move, we want to distribute the ball, we especially want to look for our ball side opportunities. Off of all of this movement, though, whether it's a pick or a one-on-one drive, the other benefit is that we have a lot of space for releasing as we balance around. So as 2 comes to 3, 1 comes to...
They call it releasing. You'll hear things like release, rotate, move around the arc. It all means the same thing. You're just setting up the arc again. In this case, what it's explaining is actually they create free space for you to break the press, but also if someone says rotate, release, look left, look right, whichever one someone's driven for, you generally want to move around into that position so that when they finish their drive, there aren't just 3 players in, say, if 4 is driving, there aren't just 3 players, one here, and one here. Like, because then that's nothing, it's useless.
The 2, we have a driver finishing a drive here, another driver finishing here. We now need to maintain our balance. We need to swim back into our front court balance to keep our spacing, end up back in our 3-3. We also have a lot of space to get releases and maybe get the ball back into 2 meters. We need to be able to attack at 2 meters. No front court offense can survive without being able to get the ball and get good scoring opportunities right in front of the goal. So we move, we distribute the ball around, look for scoring opportunities throughout our front court offense, especially looking for those ball side drives, but we have to get the ball into 2 meters. We haven't talked about scoring much from the perimeter, and now would be a good time to do that. We'll talk about attacking a drop defense, and some of these same principles apply.
Okay, as we'll be covering the drop defense next week, I'll leave it there for now. Again, it's the same as I said with defense. In offense, you have to be in a position for a reason. You can't just go somewhere because you kind of think it's a good idea. There's a reason that we have preset plays and formations. It's not just for you. It's to help your teammates understand what's going on and how they can help you take advantage of what you're doing. So, thank you, and I will see you next week with more tactics videos.